Hello and welcome to SCN Corporate Connect. I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ market site in Times Square. And with me today, Rees Morgan, the founder and CEO of QubeChain. So I got lots of questions. Let's start with your background, because you've really had to spend a whole career in technology, and then we'll lead up to QubeChain and what you do. So tell me about you and your tech background.
Thanks for having me here. Yeah, I started off, I have an undergraduate in computer engineering degree and then MBA studies. And basically I went to work for the CIA and Logicon at Building 20 headquarters at Langley for 4.5 years. Doing technology for the agency. And then I was picked up by Microsoft back in the early 80s.
Wow.
Because they wanted some advanced technology.
That was like pre-IPO, right?
Yes. That's right, back in those days. So I was actually the 53rd system engineer at Microsoft. So I used to sit around in our first meetings with Bill and others with cookies and discuss a lot of the fundamental technology that's used today out of the marketplace. But yeah, and so from there I retired after about 8 years of Microsoft and got into private equity investing. And jumped forward several years and was retired again, and then blockchain came along. Okay. And I hadn't seen anything like it in many, many years. So we actually incubated QubeChain, which is a technology company.
Okay, so blockchain must be pretty special to bring you out of retirement. I mean, what kind of potential did you see with that technology?
Well, initially it was just its capabilities that were very difficult to do prior to that. Okay. Then all of a sudden I learned about the capabilities that you couldn't do prior to that. Then I realized the magnitude of it, and then all of a sudden when I really got into it, it's actually a movement. It's a very special piece of technology that doesn't come along very often.
Interesting. Well, I took a look at your website. So, and you talk about how blockchain is the third wave of the internet. So walk me through that. What was 1 and 2, and what do we expect from blockchain?
Yeah, there's basically, everyone's familiar with the internet. Yeah. And blockchain has been described as an additional layer on the internet, a layer of value, a transfer of value. And so it just enables several things. One of them, crypto technology, is kind of the underlying piece that actually allows for a problem of solving double spend, which is the digital currency problem. And so, yeah. Okay, so
you're going to be participating on the Wall Street to Crypto as an analyst, as a regular guest. So tell me about that, and especially the emphasis on cryptocurrencies and blockchain's role in that, and where do you see that going?
Well, as the founder and CEO of QubeChain, I speak at conferences all over the country, keynote speaking and with others. And originally it was, don't tell everybody about blockchain, we want to figure it out and how we're going to create our little niche in the marketplace. But after getting into it, we really need more people to know about it. So it's really rising tides rise all boats. So myself and several others were out there evangelizing and trying to get the word out as much as possible. There's only about 9,000 really developers key to this, and the industry needs over 1 million. So there's a huge need for basically blockchain.
Let's talk to those young people.
That's right.
Have them study. What kind of things would they study? Coding?
Coding is one of them, and there's some new distributed applications. The syntax may be very similar to languages that they learn, Java and Python and others, but there's one that's primarily used on the Ethereum network, which is smart contracts. And they just act differently. They're not running in your data center on a 10 gig backbone. They're running out there in the world with large latencies and other things. So, and inside the program, you've got to pay somebody, a miner, to run that program. So it's just a different way of developing and programming, and that's one of the characteristics, which is smart contracts. Okay,
and you're also an advisor to REFG, which will be accepting cryptocurrency.
Yes.
So tell me about your role there.
Phenomenal company, basically in the forefront of some really key pieces in really implementing and using and solving pain points with digital currency. And so they basically have the ability to load a card with cryptocurrency. And so that opens up to an enormous market. $196 billion market cap is Bitcoin, and Ethereum is $106 million market cap. So they're in one industry solving key pain points for their customers, reducing the physical cash transfer over the counter for product, and bringing in the cryptocurrency piece. So they're opening up to an entire new market, larger market. And we're seeing that across the industry. In the travel industry, I'm involved with a company that's taking out 50% of the cost in the $7.6 trillion travel industry. So REFG is really a leader in this area. They're a leader in compliance. They're a leader in, and they're using cryptocurrency to really solve pain points for their customers.
So this potential industry could be just absolutely huge.
Yes, yes. Now, the markets themselves, I mentioned market caps, but less than 30% of Bitcoin is actually transaction. There's a lot of people that hold on to it. There's some of us that would never sell it. There's some of us that are that have lost it. I know individuals that have lost 40 million because they've lost a little USB key.
Oh my goodness.
And so, but yes, it's a growing, whether people understand it or like it or don't. It's out there in the world. It's very large. It's global. It has characteristics that are just different than fiat.
Yeah, well, this is absolutely fascinating to learn about. So,
Yes.
Reese, I hope you come back and
Yes, glad to have
talk more about this as we all try to learn what's going on with blockchain and QubeChain and all the companies. So, thank you so much, Rees Morgan, the founder and CEO of QubeChain, and thank you as well for joining us on SCN Corporate Connect. I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ Market Site. Have a great day.